Hi everyone, I'm Nick Curtis, the Art Toy Advocate, and today we'll be looking at Retroband's Meets and Gristle vinyl figures. Before I open these up, let's take a moment to recognize the amazing artistic achievement these pieces by Retroband's Aaron Moreno are. Moreno's designer toy career began in 2013 when he started sculpting, casting in resin, and hand painting limited edition action figures based on cult movie classics, especially those deemed horror films. Packaged just like the Star Wars and G.I. Joe pieces of my youth, the backing cards were as perfectly executed as the action figure art they contained. These immediately found a strong base of dedicated collectors, and having explored this action figure format thoroughly, from collaborating with Alex Pardee to being commissioned by Adult Swim, it made perfect sense that Moreno would push himself to the next level, a completely original, self-produced vinyl figure. Which brings us to Meets. I love the simple bag packaging with header card art that truly accentuates the horror theme of the piece. And putting the accessories in a smaller bag alongside the 12-inch tall figure is a perfect way to make sure that neither bangs into the other while in transport. But to really examine this piece and the accessories, we're going to have to open them on up. Before we get to the main course, let's check out this meat cleaver and denim apron. The meat cleaver has been cast in resin and hand painted, and it was specially sculpted to fit right into Meets' hand. While the apron is made from real denim, what I really love about it is the worn aspects that really make it seem broken in. And because simple clasp buttons, it is literally a snap to get on. Meets himself is presented here in the original version, which was limited to an edition of 30 pieces. While this was produced in vinyl at Unbox Industries manufacturing plant, each one was completely hand-painted by Retroband himself. Normally, I'd worry about moving the limbs on a hand-painted piece, myself being too concerned about damaging the paint application. But that's not the case with this guy, as he was painted with V-Color. So you might be wondering what V-Color is. It's a special Japanese paint that actually chemically bonds with vinyl. It doesn't need primer, it doesn't need a finishing clear coat, because it becomes part of the vinyl. So you can adjust and play with a V-Color painted piece without worrying about color coming off, which is great news, as Meets is packed with details that you'll want to touch. Loaded with mottled flesh, stitched up wounds, an amputated hand, and even a metal head plate. This piece includes sculpting in the one place most artists ignore: the bottoms of the feet, which is really striking when you place this piece on a high shelf in a glass Detolf case. What I especially love on this guy is his head. The torn off ear, the completely sunken eyes, the sneering mouth, and the upturned pig-like nose. And speaking of pigs, let's not ignore Meets' creature companion, Gristle. What is better to go with a cannibalistic monstrosity than a pig? And once again, the vinyl figure is packed with some stellar accessories, a trowel and a severed hand. This debut version, Gristle the Man-Eater, was limited to a run of 25 pieces, each coming with the resin accessories and the vinyl, once again, was hand painted with V-color. As you can see from this bottom, not only bears the Texas state outlining, symbolizing Retroband's involvement, but it also includes the stylized Z of the artist, The Last Zektron. Retroband collaborated with Zektron on Gristle, though the initial design and sculpt were Zektron's. Instead of being a straightforward pig, this piece was given a more sinister direction by incorporating a wolf-like sneer and boar tusks. But it is the overly defined musculature on his flanks that I think really push this beast into the stuff of nightmares. Obviously, getting at least one of each figure is ideal, as they really start forming their own universe, the accessories pushing display options through the roof. Both of these figures are sold out, as is the Gristle the Heartbreaker follow-up, but we understand that a new Meets is coming soon, and this one will be the first to show everyone that Meets' base doesn't need to be flesh-colored. Now, when these debuted at last year's DesignerCon, there were a couple of Meets stickers available, and a special announcement about a Deadly Delivery mail order catalog. We're told that the catalog has been put on hold, so don't bother asking for one. But from what I know, it'll be worth the wait. Make sure you head over to retrobandtoys.com to sign up for the mailing list, which is where all releases are announced. Thank you for watching me, Nick Curtis, the Art Toy Advocate. Do you agree with me? Disagree with me? Let me know your thoughts on Retroband's Meets and Gristle figures by commenting below, as well as liking or disliking this video on YouTube. And please remember to subscribe to the CoArt YouTube channel to be kept up to date on my reviews.